Hi everyone, welcome back to Sunshine. In the last part I finished up Pina Park and we saw that Shadow Mario is now knocking about the plaza holding a new nozzle, so I'm gonna spray him down so I can grab this. His cycle is kind of annoying here. He does a lot of jumping, which means that it's a little bit trickier to actually spray him. I don't know if you can hit him while he's like in the middle of a side flip or something. Hopefully this won't take me too long. Like I mentioned in the last one, this is triggered because I had 25 shines. The next one for the rocket nozzle is going to be triggered when I have 30. There we go. That was actually pretty good, and it's just hanging out in the air because why not? So it doesn't actually make you pick it up automatically, but I'm going to do it anyway just so we can have a look at it. This is the turbo nozzle, and you know, it's funny because I could have sworn that this was actually the third nozzle you got. I don't know why I thought this, but maybe because like in a lot of the levels you can actually use the rocket nozzle without having it unlocked as long as you're on a certain mission. But yeah, I mean this works pretty much exactly like you would expect. I'm just going around very quickly. You can still do all the usual jumps out of it. You can't do a wall jump apparently though because he's gone too fast, which doesn't make a lot of sense, but that's fine. And I'm glad I ended up here because I am going to start Noki Bay in this segment. This is the last level that, what was I going to say there? I don't even know. It's the last level that is available to me that I haven't yet done. If I was doing these in reverse order, this would be the second one. Yeah, I don't really know, I'm just kind of rambling. But how to activate it, you just stand on this and look at the sun. A little bit cryptic. I'm sure there's something around here that mentions it. But, or maybe you're just supposed to figure it out, I don't know, but that's how you do it. So, I mean, this is a level that I have pretty mixed feelings about. I feel like, in terms of atmosphere, it is definitely one of the high points of the game. The music's great, it just looks great. And, you can't tell just by looking at this, but there is quite a lot of stuff going on here. There's a lot of hidden passages and stuff that you can activate by spraying the wall. I won't actually be doing... I mean, I might do a little bit of it, just like incidentally in this video, but I won't be intentionally like exploring all of this because there's actually stuff I can do to get around it. But it's basically you see this on the wall, you spray it, it goes in times 100, and that's something that is I think it's a cool idea, but it seems a little bit much in this level. Like it seems to happen just a little bit much. Also, yeah, and as you might be able to guess, a lot of the blue coins are hidden using this, and as a result of that, a lot of them, in my opinion anyway, are quite easy to miss unless you really go about this level methodically, and that is typically how I play games in the first place, but I can definitely see it being like if someone were to complain about the blue coins in this game and you ask them why they don't like it, this I would say is a level where that they might cite because of that. So I'm kind of rambling a little bit here, but I'm just working my way up the side of this mountain. The first shine that I need to get is up here, and yeah, I mean you can do like a series of wall kicks off of this and like this wheel over here, but I am definitely not confident enough to do this. I'm not a speedrunner of this game at all, so my abilities in it are pretty basic, honestly. Like I know how to do these glitches, and that's pretty much it. My movement is not the cleanest. That's a nice picture of an octopus that I just completely ruined, and then I didn't manage to make it up there. That's fine though. I mean, I'm really sucking at this right now. This section is not that hard. Like it's just kind of basic platforming, really. I mean, like I mentioned earlier, there are a lot of them. What am I doing? Why do I keep trying the same thing after I know it doesn't work? There's a few bits where, as you saw, you can spray the wall and it'll like kind of open part of the wall up, and you're sort of supposed to do that quite a lot here, but you can skip a lot of it just by doing wall kicks and spin jumps and all this good stuff. This spring here seems kinda useless in its current position. I guess you can get up here and get this one up, but it's a little bit of a tricky jump. You have to pull back to do it. But it's actually going to be useful in the next mission. So here's another one of these guys like we saw in Pina Park. I think I can get inside his little turret again, like I did in Pina Park, but it's actually useless to do so, because I do need to kill him this time. The reason being that the shine is activated when this cork comes out of the wall, and that happens when you kill this guy. So that should do it. Yep, first time we're seeing this cutscene since I did manage to skip it before. But yeah, this is gonna effectively open up the area for Shines 4 and 8. I think that sounds about right to me. But yeah, I mean, in case you're... Oh, wow, I really fell all the way down. And I'm in the poison water. This is actually pretty terrible. But as long as I can make it onto land, I should be fine. So that's another thing that's kind of super annoying about this stage, is that the water is poison for some of the shines, but not the others. I mean, there is like logic to it. It's not just random or anything. Like, I think after a certain shine, it's not poisonous anymore. But it just makes traveling on these first few ones kind of a pain in the butt. Why are none of these guys giving me coins? That's pretty terrible. Alright, let's just... I was wondering if I could, like, do a hover and then sort of fall out of it and wall jump. Nope. No is the answer. Okay, that's fine. So, where am I even going? Let's just go back over here. So, that is pretty terrible luck, though, what happened to me. I think something must have hit me during that cutscene. Or maybe the damage from the goop just was enough to push me literally over the edge. But that's fine. We'll just go back up the same kind of way we did. I've gotten a little bit better at triple jumps in this game too, which is great. So, yeah, I guess the goop on the wall kind of tells you where to go. That almost looks like an arrow, that one there, to my left. Also, I might have mentioned this earlier, it doesn't look like you can grab a ledge out of a side flip, which, you know, if you knew that already, it's not a big deal, but as someone who plays a lot of SM64 and who has a lot of voice cracks, apparently, as you just heard, you know, I am used to that game's moveset and the sort of rules that you can that exist in that game, and playing a game that's like kind of similar but different in some pretty fundamental ways like this one is always a bit surprising to me. I always kind of expect the SM64 physics to work just like instinctively, but they never do. And that's like one of the reasons that I think this game is a lot better than Galaxy, though, because this one is still very similar to SM64, whereas Galaxy is like pretty far removed. Like on the surface it looks similar, but it definitely isn't though. Like just it's so clunky and slow. They're great games, I do like them as games, but I think they're a lot worse than these two. I've mentioned this in previous parts. Or if maybe I'm making that up, I don't actually know if I have. It sounds like something I would say though. But I've definitely mentioned it on stream. So I'm getting a little bit of lag here. It's just because I'm opening OBS to have a look at how long this video's been so far. It took me over 7 minutes to get a shine and a turbo nozzle, I guess. So that's fine. So this mission here has a pretty big and interesting skip in it. Really like it. Really cool. It's sort of showing you the wall that I mentioned earlier, how you're supposed to go over there and spray it, and it opens up all these secret passages, and then you have to navigate your way up. And you know, the exploration is all right. I mean, it's quite easy to get turned around and stuff because a lot of it does look the same, even though it looks nice. A lot of it is quite similar. But yeah, that's what you're supposed to do for this mission. Just navigate through basically the inside of the level. It's a bit similar to how in Pianta Village, in that one shine, you're supposed to navigate the underworld, and I managed to skip all that, and likewise I'm going to skip all of this. So, oops, I can just get a cheeky wall kick in there. How am I going to do it? Well, that spring that I mentioned earlier has a pretty interesting thing that you can do with it. If you spray it, it shrinks, and you can pick it up, then when you place it down, it shoots up again. I'm going to use this to force Mario out of bounds. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come down here. If you're playing along with me, I do want to emphasize that if you stand in this corner, it won't let him put it down. If there's like not enough space in front of him, he can't put it down, right? So you have to stand back and do it. But that's useless to me because I actually want it to force me through this corner here, because the shine that I'm headed towards is just a little bit beyond this wall. So I'll make a save state. I'm going to run towards the wall, pretty much parallel to it. I'll get my hover nozzle out, and when he's close to the wall, I'm just going to press B basically, and it's going to hopefully force me through. So let's give that a try. Okay, so my angle was a little bit off, but you can sort of see what's supposed to be happening here. I think I want to be maybe slightly more in towards the wall. Or actually, maybe if I jump over here a little bit, this might be better. Oh, I was too late with my B press there. Okay, so now I am pretty much in there and we're getting this chaos going on. I could probably just let this sit for a second because it looks pretty silly. He's definitely inside the spring even when it's down, so that's pretty great. I'll just do this. So yeah, let's see if we can actually see where we're going. Well, you can't see it right now, but it's sort of beyond the waterfall. So let's get back off of this and shrink it again. Back to the hover nozzle because I'm going to need that in a sec. Damn, I'm really not great at this trick. Maybe it's more precise than I thought it was, but you can definitely see him like getting pushed out, and I pretty much just want that to happen like at the wall. Maybe if I do it a little bit earlier. I think if I like press B a little bit earlier, I think that's what's going to do this, because that way it'll sort of there'll be space for me to get wedged between it and the wall. So press B too late. Let's try again. Press B too late again. Damn, I'm really bad at the timing right now. Is that going to work? No, that was too early. That's okay though. I mean, like I say, it's good to show the failed attempts because it lets you know like what not to do. There we go. So I'm going to hover just a little bit, and then I'm just going to dive. And hopefully, yep, I fall into the room with the shine. So you might be wondering, like I did in Peanut Park where I managed to skip the 5th mission by activating the 6th one within the 5th one, you might be wondering if I could just do this in mission 1 because the spring was there. The answer is no. You can get into this room doing the glitch, works perfectly, but the shine just is not here. And just for the record, there's blue coins when you spray these pots, still not going to collect any. But yeah, what you're supposed to do is you come through this hole in the ceiling after navigating all the way up and fighting a boss up there, and that's actually supposed to be the second time you fight that boss. The first time was in Rico Harbor, a stage we still haven't done, but I've managed to skip that one. So yeah, that was probably the coolest shine of the level, in my opinion. Probably not a great selling point to say that when we're only 2 shines in, but I just really like that skip a lot. I think it's really cool. Took me a few tries, but that's fine. So this one is one of the sort of secret shines, if you like, in this level. It's not literally a secret, but it takes you into this little bottle, and it's really nice. It's just a fun little thing, and I can show you some cool things that you can do to make it easier to navigate that you might not think of immediately. So let's just get inside the bottle then. Yeah, okay, he's just telling you can like grab coins to refill your air. It's just a Mario staple there. At least in SM64 it was. I don't actually know about other games. So I think this is the first time we've heard this music. Really pleasant. It shows up in all the sort of mini games and stuff. Anyway, what you're supposed to do, as you can see, is just use the hover nozzle to sort of get about and pick up the red coins. You will notice right away that when I try to turn around, he's very slow. But there's a really easy way around this. If you just press Y, first person mode, you can do this, and he actually turns around super quickly in this mode. So this is definitely what I would recommend. It makes getting these ones in the air a lot faster and easier. I say as I miss this coin like three or four times. But if I just, yeah. So sometimes it's still good to sort of come out of it a little bit just so you can see where you are, because obviously this camera is a little bit zoomed in, and yeah, and I think it sort of always makes you, okay, I guess when you touch the side of it you shoot up, much like some of the walls underwater in SM64. Must always relate okay, what's going on? Must always relate everything to that game though. That was really weird. Can I, oh, there might be like a jet stream below me, is that what it is? Nope, there's nothing. I can't defend this behaviour. Anyway, back into first person mode, let's grab these coins, and there's actually an Easter egg. I mean, I don't know if you could call it that because it is kind of hidden. I guess it is. I don't really know what else you could call it, but there's an Easter egg in this stage that everyone knows, and I'm sure like every playthrough of this game on YouTube shows it off. So I'm going to do that right now. If you pop inside here, first person mode, turn the camera around, you can see a hidden book in there. You can't actually access it as far as I know, but it doesn't matter anyway, it's probably not solid, and you can't read it, I don't think. There may be text for it, like maybe like in the incomplete version of this game, maybe there's like, yeah, I don't know what I'm trying to describe here, maybe like somewhere in the game's files there might be text for it. I think I might have read something like that on the cuttingroomfloor.net before, Don't know why I said .net. That's not actually the website's URL, but that is definitely a cool site, by the way. You guys should definitely check out if you're interested in like sort of beta content and stuff like that, which I definitely am. So it's tcrf.net. Yeah, it's a great way to just kill hours. Anyway, we got the shine, no problem. 2 more shines, we'll be able to get the rocket nozzle. Not gonna bother getting it in this video because I'm not gonna use it here. Yeah, spoilers. But yeah. It is pretty useful for this level when you're getting the secret missions, or at least one of them, and I think it's probably going to be quite useful when I collect blue coins too. So for this one, we're going to go into the part of the water that we opened up in the first shine by, God, I'm talking like, with so much pauses between my words right now, which we opened in the first shine by pulling the cork out of the wall. Now, the game sort of implies with these signs and stuff that you're supposed to go all the way up there and jump into it. Completely unnecessary. You can just pretty much go into it at any point. It's really easy to do, and it triggers the loading zone. So here is pretty much the worst boss in the game. At least from a casual perspective, actually, probably from a speedrun perspective as well. It's really difficult to do this quickly. There are strategies to do it quickly. I did look them up before I started this video, I mean earlier on today, and really don't think I'm going to bother. I am actually going to bump into one of these though. He will take damage, but then he'll also gain life, health, no, yeah, oxygen, he'll gain oxygen. So pretty weird that it does that. It's like those pots in Ocarina of Time that have a heart in you, so when they damage you, you actually gain health, because the damage they do is less than the heart that they give you. So most of these teeth are easy to clean with the hover nozzle, but generally it's probably better to use the other nozzle. When he starts to close his mouth, you want to get the hell out of there. You really don't want to be caught in first person mode. Again, very, very helpful. He has 1 gold tooth, which I think turns into the shine at the end of this. But yeah, this is a pain in the butt, this mission, because it is quite easy to get trapped in there. But like, you can sort of tell when it's about to happen. Whenever he starts this like whirlpool thing, you know it's time to get the hell out of there. Let's just go back into first person and try and get this tooth. So I mean, this is like why the water's polluted, you know. So it's nice that it actually changes the level in a meaningful way. His like horrible teeth are like so terrible that it pollutes the entire area, not just in here, but like outside. Okay, is he ever going to open his mouth again? Kinda seems like he might not. But yeah, I think like it is kind of randomness whether he goes into like these long cutscenes or not, but oh, no, I want this nozzle. It's not really that big of a deal. I'm not on any sort of timer here. I've got as long as I need. So as soon as I see him with the whirlpool, I'm going to get the hell out of here. Oh, never mind, I'm too late. I'm kind of glad that I saw this though, because it says, "It is dark, I feel fright." Which, I mean, that is grammatically correct, but it just sounds so wrong. I feel like that might be a poorly translated bit of text, but also I'm getting low on health. After this round, I think I'm going to get some coins. If I don't like finish it this round, I'll get some coins. Probably won't finish it, we've got a couple teeth left to do. Alright, I'll do this one. I'll do this one. And I'll get the hell out of here because he's about to close his mouth. Please don't kill me. Let's just... Oh my god, I'm gonna die. I'm actually gonna die. I'm definitely dead. There's no way around it now. Death is seconds away. Unless he lands in this coin. Hopefully he... Yep, okay, I mean that's like perfectly swordless right there. Okay, I'm gonna edit this out. Okay, so I'm back now with more health, with about the same amount of teeth left to clean as I did on that previous embarrassing attempt. Should be 3, but I've kind of already forgot because I just went away a second ago to get some coins. Let's see, shall we? Yeah, it looks like it's going to be 3. Let's first person mode this. Able to get that from here. Can't really see what I'm doing though, which is just dandy. Can I get both of these? Oh, some of the teeth actually fall out of his mouth. I guess they were that filthy that even cleaning them isn't going to salvage them really. Okay, so I've just got the 2 left to do. If this was a speedrun, this would be very, very terrible. This would probably warrant a reset for most people. But As I say, not a speedrunner of this game, so I don't even really care. Like, I don't even find it that bad. I think as long as I pass this mission, that's a success for me. I don't know why I keep insisting on using the hover nozzle here. Also, I don't know why I keep changing the pronunciation from hover to hover. It's definitely supposed to be hover, but it is spelt with an O. Very annoying that it's like that. Anyway, let's just get out because he's about to close his mouth again, and there's just the one tooth left to get, so hopefully I can get this right now, and then we'll be done. Excellent. So there's a pretty long cutscene that plays here where he basically gives you the shine, and like I say, it is quite long. There's a way to skip it, and well, I actually did skip it. Yeah, okay, so when you take that was okay, it was all worth it then. When you take damage on a certain frame, or maybe not a certain frame, I don't know how precise it is, but at a certain time after you clean the last tooth, it skips this really long cutscene where he dies. I mean, it still happened, but I was able to move Mario during it, and after that, obviously the little shine cutscene plays. The biggest issue with it is that once it does play, you're kind of stuck up here. You have to wait for Mario to slowly fall down, which we're seeing now anyway. But I actually did manage to not get that cutscene to play, so that's pretty great. Let's just grab the shine then, shall we? So yeah, I mean, it's not all been failure, so pretty pleased with that. So one more shine and I'll be able to get the rocket nozzle. I think we'll get a nice new cutscene when that happens as well. But for now, back into the stage. What is this mission? Oh yeah, the second round with this guy. I mean, this would be the second round even if I was doing the levels in order. So, or in reverse order actually, so yeah, interesting. So these wires, I like to do this where you just sort of jump and then dive. You have to ground pound, otherwise he'll just like grab onto it. So I mean, it looks slow to ground pound, but it's slower not to because of that. So yeah, I'm going to race this guy for the second time. Like before, it is pathetically easy. The game sort of hints that you might use the turbo nozzle for this. I believe there is one on the shore over there. I'll check that in a sec. It is very much unnecessary. So you can just get it. Yeah. No, actually, wait a minute. That's a hover nozzle. Maybe I'm talking rubbish. It definitely does exist in this level in one mission. Maybe it's for getting some of the blue coins in. Ignore me. I guess they expected you to do it this way. But yeah. Absolutely nothing difficult about this. I beat him with plenty of time to spare. Let's see if I can climb this pole. Can you climb it? Wonder if it gives me a 1-up at the top of it. Another SM64 thing that... yeah, it doesn't. Whatever. So here he is. Let's just get the shine from him then. And we only have one round with this guy left. It's in Gelato Beach. It's the first time you're supposed to race him. It's going to be the last time I do it. It's probably the hardest race out of the three, even though it's still like pretty easy. But yeah, our 30th shine, so we're now like a quarter done in terms of shine count. It's pretty great. But when I start collecting like shines around the plaza and stuff, it's going to speed up a lot, I think. So yeah, here he is with the rocket nozzle. I will just be leaving that for the moment. Let's head back into the stage. I think I'm going to make a save state here just because I have done quite a lot of progress here and I don't want to do any more, do any of it again. So here's the only actual secret of the level. I saw the word shell there and I was about to say that. I was going to try and pronounce secret with an SH at the start. It's pretty tragic. But yeah, a lot more wires on the stage this time, so I'm going to use that bouncing mechanic to hopefully skip some of this travel time. Don't know how much I'll be able to actually do, but yeah, you should like watch someone do a speedrun of this stage. It's pretty cool just seeing all the little skips and stuff, because there's a lot of like, it's very movement based, this one, and it's just fun to watch because of that, especially going for blue coins and that. Right, can I make it up here? If I face the right way, I feel like I might be able to. Let's see, maybe if I go further back. It looks like it should be possible if I jump at the right time, which I think no, I didn't that time. That's fine. If I can't make it, I can always grab the wire. Actually, you know what? Forget it. This is dumb. Let's just go over here and do it this way. I'm pretty sure if I just spin jump. Oh, okay. Well, that was interesting. That was a glitch. It's gotta be, right? Don't know what else to call it. But it's not the kind of glitch that I like. The kind of glitches that I like are the ones where I'm completely in control and intended for it to happen. That one was just a pain in the butt, but that's fine. I mean, luckily I didn't fall all the way down like I did on Shine 1. So let's stand here and make the save state here, just to be safe. There we go. Come on, Mario. Oh, this is tragic. I'm glad I made it though. So let's just do it a little bit further out, I guess. Pull myself up, and there we go. Yeah, that was totally easy. And this secret here, probably the hardest one in the game, I would say, casually. I did die a few times in here when I was practicing it earlier, but as usual, it was just because I was going fast. Like many of the secrets in this game, if you just take your time, something I'm really bad at, then you generally you'll be okay. So I'm going to make a save state. Well, I'm not going to make a save state. I'm going to try it legit, but if it gets ridiculous, then I will definitely start using save states. That's kind of my general rule. I think you guys seem to be fine with this as well. And if you're not, then tough, don't really care. Because it saves me a lot of stress knowing that I've got this save state. I can remember like in some of my earlier series when I would only do them on console, and like that was always a huge concern. Like, what if I do something really bad and I need to like basically redo a massive section? And this did happen a few times. You might remember in Ocarina of Time with glitches. I pretty much fucked up the something to do with like Jabu Jabu's belly as an adult. I remember like I couldn't deal damage to him for some reason. I don't even really remember what caused this specifically, but it was a really stupid reason. It was like I hadn't used a Deku Nut or something stupid. But I mean that wouldn't have been an issue had I been playing on emulator, because save states would have really trivialized it. But it was a pain in the butt doing that on console, and I think going forward I'm probably going to try and do as much on emulator as I can, because I mean there's benefits to it anyway. Usually the quality is much better, or at least can be much better, because you can set the resolution much higher, and sometimes on N64 games that looks weird because it's much higher than it should have ever natively been, but you know, whatever. So I've actually managed to, because I've been talking about something completely irrelevant, I've managed to be quite patient with this, and as a result, I'm actually going to get the shine. No problem. Brilliant. Pleased with that. So that's the 6th shine of the level. The next one will be Shadow Mario, and after that we're done with Noki Bay in terms of what we need for the any percent, but obviously I will be getting the 8th shine as well, because why not? I'm going to have to do it eventually anyway. 100%, not speedrun, 100% playthrough, so yep, I'll just get it now. But I won't do any of the secret ones like always. So hold it, Shadow Mario. Pretty unimaginative name there. But you actually can get him really quickly. He sort of runs over there, and you can actually get him before he starts wall kicking. I'm probably not going to do it. Also, it's nice to see the water all clean now that I've cleaned the eel's teeth. But yeah, I don't see myself doing this very quickly. Yeah, so there we go. You can imagine like how fast someone would have to be in a speedrun to like do what I said there about getting him before he starts wall kicking. But I'm definitely not on that skill level at all, and that's totally fine. Oh, so he does spin jumps too. We both just did one at the same time. He really is my shadow. Alright, getting a little bit irked with my movement mistakes here, just because it wastes time. I think what I dislike about this chase, is that much like the one with getting the turbo nozzle, it seems like there's very few instances where you actually can spray him easily. Like, I think he's gonna like jump off the side of this in a sec. It just seems like whenever he's like jumping around, it's much harder to actually land a hit on him, which I mean, you know, this is supposed to be the second last main level of the stage. I can understand why they've made it more difficult, but it is still a pain in the butt. Anyway, I was too far away from him, so the music actually stopped. Right, can I maybe get you here before you run away too much? Hopefully. Yeah, I did. Cool. Well, that wasn't too bad. We got to see his entire route, and I will just stand in here with the camera all weird so that we get a slightly bizarre looking cutscene. Okay, it's just very slight. He's just slightly off axis, but that's fine. So, continue. Don't need to save again. Actually, I haven't saved at all in this segment, so I will definitely be doing that after the next shine. Don't know why I'm announcing that. I always do it. These videos are becoming a little formulatic with how I do things actually, but that's fine. So this shine here has what is probably the nicest looking and most pleasant place in the game. We have been there already to clean the eel's teeth, but obviously there was a boss in there that was harassing us at the time. This time we get to go there and it's all just chilled out. It's definitely like my happy place in this game. Much like how that one area in Fungi Forest is in DK64. The one with the tree where it's like autumn. Anyway. So all you have to do here is collect the 8 red coins from this fish, and because the eel isn't here, there's no boss going on, we just hear very pleasant music. And you can see the gimmick right away, he just kind of spreads out and then he recombines. Best way to do it really is to just wait until he's recombined and try and get as much of them as once, because they're all very close together. Yeah, I mean look at that, I just got 4 in one go there. Hopefully I can get the rest of them just as easily. So, get that one at the top, just 2 more. I think he might be ready to spread out again. When he moves around a lot like that, he usually is, but maybe I can grab this one. No, that's fine, don't even care. I mean, look at this, what even is this stuff? Can you talk to these things? I did not know that these were even here, but it doesn't look like you can talk to them, but that's fine. Still looks really nice. Also, the one problem with only having like 1 or 2 reds left is that typically you will have gotten most of the yellow coins by that point, and it's kind of hard to see where the fish actually is. I don't know if he like ever goes any lower than this. There he is. Okay, let's come out of first person mode because it's not actually helping me right now. Okay, so I know that even though he's spread out right now, he's going to recombine somewhere around here because I can see the yellow coins that make him up right now. Just wait for them to get together again, and I'll go into first person mode a little bit here. Hopefully it makes it a bit easier. Nope, not really, but I managed to get the shine anyway, so this one is at the bottom of the stage, much like the eel one. This one's even further down actually, and I have to wait until he goes down, and there's no way to speed this up that I know of. Maybe there's some kind of cutscene skip like there was with the eel. I can't think of a way that you'd be able to do it, because I don't know how you would take damage here, unless you just took damage from having like too little air or something. I don't know, I'm just rambling anyway. Let's just grab the shine. And with that, we are pretty much done with Noki Bay. I'll come back and do all the secret stuff in it, including the 100 coin shine and the blue coins later on in the playthrough. But for now, we've got all the main stuff, so I am pretty pleased with that. Let's save the game and take a look at the map like we often do after this little cutscene's done. So here we go. So we've done, we don't actually have anything here. We do have the 1 shine from there. Done with this. We're now done with this, this, and now this. Brilliant. Well, that's going to be it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Not sure what level I'm going to do next. I'll probably put it to a vote like I did with the part before this. So, like I mentioned in the previous part, people who are subscribed to me on Twitch get to vote on what level I'm going to do next. And this is a thing that I'm probably going to keep going for like future series where that's a possibility. So if you're interested in that, definitely worth checking out. But yeah, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.